Hello, my name is Andrew Hansen, and today we will be discussing common security threats in the work and home environment, as well as some basic safety measures that will help keep you, safe in the work environment. These two topics cover items number 114 and 1006 in the CIS task list. Item number 1006 discusses the identification and mitigation of some common security threats. And task list number 114 covers maintaining a safe and clean work environment. Before we start with our main topic, we need to discuss some general safety practices. Maintaining a safe work environment is crucial to avoiding workplace injuries. There are many ways that you can ensure a safe and clean work environment. Maintaining a safe work environment is crucial to avoiding workplace injuries. There are many ways that you can ensure a safe and clean work environment. For starters, cleaning up and securing any loose objects such as wires or tools. Aside from tools, you can also label and manage cables. This keeps them both organized and keeps them from being a tripping hazard. You can also watch out for the safety of the equipment used in the workplace. For example, wearing a grounding strap when working on anything with an exposed PCB. If you don't take regular safety precautions in the work environment, then it could very quickly and very easily lead to workplace injuries. For example, Mr. Wolverine.
I'm walking into work Monday morning, and I walk normally because, I had nothing to worry about because there was no sign that said hazard. As I'm walking, all of a sudden, I trip. And not only do I trip, my pinky toe. I wouldn't have hit my pinky toe if there was a hazard sign there. I tried to tell, run the safety precautions. But was there a safety sign there? No. So remember, safety is the most important thing in the world.
So remember, take the time to clean up your workplace to keep things safe and organized. In this podcast, we will discuss several topics. The first term you should know for this is social engineering. Social engineering is, in the terms of security, the use of deception to manipulate individuals into divulging confidential or personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes. Examples of social engineering include things such as tailgating, where a malicious person follows an employee into an area that they should not have access to in order to gain access to sensitive or non-public information. You should also understand the term threat agent. A threat agent is defined as any person or object that is capable of being a threat to the security of your organization. The principle of least privilege states that a user should be given access to what they need to complete the task and nothing else. This makes management of a network much simpler. Now that we have gone over the definitions, we can begin with our main topic. The first topic I would like to bring up is that of USB devices. USB devices are probably the greatest threat to your organization. A USB device can pick up and spread infections from one system to another simply by plugging it in. Or they could just change your desktop background, but yeah, take a look.
Did he help you out with that? Yeah. Editing? You editing? Go ahead. Editing. Doing it.
Alright, since we don't actually have any computers that we can infect or any malicious codes use, let's move on to our next segment. Social engineering. Social engineering, as explained earlier, is the use of deception to manipulate individuals into divulging confidential or personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes. There are several methods for doing this, and it takes many forms. One form is tailgating. Tailgating involves following someone into a room or building they shouldn't have access to. There are many ways to combat this simple technique, one of which is simply just not to hold the door open for people, especially if the door requires a key card. This will require them to use their own key card to get in, and, well, As you can see, doors are a deterrent. Now on to another type of social engineering, scamming through emails and other web-based threats. Typically, identifying these is pretty easy, although at times the end user may have trouble identifying these as they may be made out to look like they are from the boss or even you, in order to request a password or other information that should never be given out under any circumstances. Other kinds of social engineering threats include things such as websites that prompt you to call a number to get viruses removed. The best solution to things like this is to educate your users. Hold a meeting and have a department sit down while you explain the risks and potential results of loss of data due to people responding to these emails. Another form of social engineering attack you should be aware of is that of impersonation. It is all too easy to dress up as the ventilation repair guy and just walk right in and go up to the front desk. And in some cases, you will be just told exactly where to go and no one will follow you or make sure that you are who you say you are. This is solved by just training your users, so ensuring that your receptionists know to check that someone is actually hired to do a job before letting them in, and just being mindful overall of who is where and when is a valuable thing for your security. So remember, security is incredibly important for nearly everything we work with in the corporate environment. From USB devices to social engineering, we discussed only a handful of various ways that you can defend you and your organization from the outside and internal threats. And hopefully this information has been helpful to you in having a better understanding of at least a few of the common security threats that exist today. Thank you for watching. This has been a CAS podcast by Andrew Hansen.